Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reddit News Daily. Today we will be talking entitled parents, in which OP discovers a friend's father has been stealing bras and ends up getting caught with a huge bra collection that he has stolen. And not only that, he is also a sex offender. Also, I have been posting my videos to Patreon. If you'd like to visit my Patreon, it's www.patreon.com/Reddit News Daily. Some of my videos have been flagged recently for language and content. And I can't help what people post, but that's just the way it is. So if you want to head over there, make sure to check it out with the Patreon. It'll be in the description below. And also, I will be posting more than one video a day as well. I hope you enjoy it. I also am trying out a new mic. I hope this works better. Thank you. Our first post is from Sweet Baguette. So anyway, before we get into the story, my friend's dad was then divorced. Turns out he was a child predator with loads of bad photos on his laptop and is in jail and had about 5 restraining orders after the friends and the friends of the parents he stole bras and panties from. Okay, I found out this was at my friend's birthday sleepover. We were still swimming in our pool and we drank some wine coolers with her mom's supervision, still illegal, but we didn't get drunk, just slightly tipsy. So anyway, friend's dad had a strict no locked doors policy. Anyway, I decided to take a shower, so I of course locked the door. I was bathing in my friend's bathroom, so I had her bedroom door shut and the bathroom door locked, if that makes sense. So I heard my friend's bedroom door open, and as I shouted, "Occupied!" out of the shower, I got no response except the door shutting quickly, which I thought was just one of the other girls walking in and seeing that I was in there. Anyway, I stepped out of the shower and I stayed in the bathroom while I changed and dried off. All of a sudden, the bedroom door opens again, and when I said "occupied," the person didn't stop and went straight for the bathroom door as they jiggled the handle and was extremely violent and pounded on the door once. I stayed silent as I thought there was someone in the house trying to get me. 10 seconds later, I hear Dad's voice yell, "Open this damn door right effing now!" I'm already changed into clean clothes as I stay silent and slowly open the door. "Why the hell is this door locked?" he shouted. As I apologized, explained I was showering and I wanted privacy, and he said, "That's no excuse." I pushed that aside and I thought he was in a bad mood or something happened and he couldn't do anything because the door was locked. I stuffed my dirty clothes into my bag as I went back to the party, which we were all settling down with our sleeping bags since the living room was big enough for us. I set my bag right next to me as I have some valuable stuff in the bag: phone, charger, money, ID, etc. We watched movies up until 4 in the morning, which is when we started to go to sleep. I got a strange feeling about being watched, so I stayed up for another hour on my phone. I fell asleep about an hour later, and then I hear rustling next to my head. I opened my eyes to see the friend's dad squatting next to me, rumbling through my bag as he pulled out my dirty bra and underwear as he stood there. I screamed at the top of my lungs as everyone woke up. My stuff was everywhere as the friend's dad quickly dropped my stuff. I screamed, "What the hell are you doing?" at him as everyone saw what he did and saw him drop my stuff. He tried to defend himself as his wife came in rushing, and "I was making sure you didn't have any drugs," was the excuse he went with. I ran over to the wife and explained what happened as the dad was saying that I was a lying skank and that I forced him to hold my stuff. He was high or on crack, one or the other. As the husband was moved to a different room, I explained to the friend what her dad did, and she told me someone else, and I guess it spread around. Everyone was panicking as they were all making sure the man didn't take their panties and bras. Then I hear the husband scream, "She stole your underwear!" And so I called the police. Then 10 seconds later, I hear the wife scream as if it was just a poo show. We all ran over to her trying to make sure she was alright as everything started to go into chaos. Girls were crying and panicking because he had an area which his wife didn't know about, and there was name tags for each underwear pile like Cindy's underwear. Obviously a fake name. And then there was the man stains on some of them. The police arrived and we explained to them what happened as he was taken away. About a few months later, I went to court and my parents were pressing charges. I explained what happened and we won the case. Then another few months go by and I was talking to the same friend, and she said her parents got a divorce and that her dad was in jail for uh, dirty stuff and harassment. I have terrible spelling or grammar issues, and I'm not as good as typing in English, especially with longer stories like this. I type and I speak French. Edit. I talked to the other friend, and it turns out that her dad brought the wine coolers trying to get us drunk, and her mother saved us from who knows what happened because she cut us off with the wine coolers after like 2 drinks. Who knows what would happen if we were all passed out drunk. OP posts the follow-up to the final edit here. Another edit. So I was talking to the friend, and this basically what happened after the court and was sent to jail. He is still in jail, and he was put into protective custody in the prison at the beginning because, and I quote, he messed with little kids, so the prisoners are going to bend him over and even hard and give it to him even harder. But the later was removed for trying to smuggle contraband. The other part was that his daughter, which is 16 now, went to visit him with her mother just to disown him as her father, and when he arrived at the little phone booth thing, she said that half of his hair was pulled out, he was bruised, his uniform was dirty, with who knows what, and he could barely walk. It was the beatings he got or the stick up his bum. The rest of the girls there, I don't really know, but I talked to a few of them about a month ago, and 12 of the 13 is doing fine. The 13th one isn't doing bad, but she isn't doing good. She's had night terrors from it and has had to get a service dog for help, and is also talking to a therapist, obviously. Well, OP, I'm glad you got yourself out of that situation, and I'm also glad you were able to scream loud enough and stay up awake to catch what he was doing in the act, because a sleepover with girls is just going to lead to a catastrophe. I mean, it starts with clothes, and then apparently he has a hidden room where he's stolen other girls' clothes, their panties and their bras. This man is basically just, he's type 1. It starts with stealing the clothes, especially the undergarments, and then it escalates. And yes, you're right. If you had fallen asleep, there's no telling what he might have done. And there's no telling what was in that room, because I'm pretty sure you didn't listen to all the evidence except for your own. But this could have escalated to full-on him recording you while you were passed out. I mean, I think the wine coolers he bought were for you to get you passed out drunk, so he could do something that was very bad. But anyways, I loved reading the update that, he's had the shit beaten out of him when he was in prison, because he deserves it. He also deserves castration, And if I remember, in France, they take this shit seriously over there. And I think they might have castrated him if he didn't get castrated in prison. OP, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for posting your story and sharing. And I hope you get better soon. Take it day by day. Our next post is from Zucchini Mawini. Hey guys, long time lurker, first time poster. Just for reference, this just happened yesterday. I was on the bus heading home from the drugstore after re-upping my prescription. A bit of backstory. I am unfortunate enough to be HIV positive because of this. I have to take antiretroviral drugs every day, otherwise the virus will damage my immune system further. Because of what's been going on recently in this country, I've mainly been working from home. As a result, I have really fallen off when it comes to my appearance. On this particular day, I just had on some really baggy sweatpants and a janky ass hoodie, so I guess I could see from a certain perspective that I could have looked a little homeless. After a couple of minutes on the bus, I noticed this little kid staring at me, and I guess my appearance might have frightened him, but as a person of color, I'm used to getting a couple of odd glances, so I just went back to minding my own business. At this point, I started to take my medication while on the bus, mainly because I didn't want to forget later. While this was happening, I got a sharp reminder that people were watching. Cue the entitled parent of scared kids screaming at me, "How dare you! Do you people have no shame?" I was shocked, and that all I could say was, "What?" Entitled parent continues yelling, "What do you mean, what? What do you think you are? Stop popping pills in front of my kid in a public place, you filthy junkie." At this point, I was starting to get mad. I held up the bottle and tried to explain that it wasn't what she thought it was, but before I could finish explaining, she tries to take the bottle while shrieking about how I'm a leech to society and how if I was raised right and had a real parents, I wouldn't be a disgusting addict. The last one really made me pretty mad because both my parents worked really hard and both are wonderful people, so I kind of lost it. "What the F are you know about parenting? The day your kid moves out will be the happiest day of his life." By now, she completely forgotten about the drugs and straight up just launched herself onto me and on some Superman stuff and started clawing at my face. So boom, at this point, entitled parent and I had the attention of pretty much the entire bus, including the bus driver. Luckily, we soon came to a stop and the bus driver helped remove her and her kid from the bus, but not before yelling some questionable stuff on our way out. Man, OP, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I don't know what it is with entitled parents these days, because just last week I went to the pharmacy to pick up medications for me, my mom, and my kids, and this lady behind me just made this very snide remark. "Well, that's a lot of drugs for one person. Are you selling them on the street to make money? Because you really need some new clothes. I can't believe you would go out in public looking like that." And I just turned to her and gave her the middle finger and just walked right out of the store. But having to deal with a parent, an entitled parent like that, first of all, it's none of her effing business. And second of all, her kid probably wanted to melt into the floor. And third, she got in trouble on a bus, kicked off, and probably will not be able to, ride that bus ever again. And I don't understand why people are like this. They think that they have the power to control the universe. And it's just baffling reading these stories and trying to understand what makes an entitled parent click. OP, I'm glad everything turned out fine and all that. So, good luck on you. I hope you live a long, healthy life. Anyways, this has been Reddit News Daily. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm find this video and this channel. Thank you so much and have a great, wonderful day.